Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend and are well rested and ready for a brand new week. It's a Tuesday that just feels like Monday, but the good news is, of course, it isn't. All kinds of things to get to this morning. More tragedy, of course. More things that are going to make your head explode. But some good news intermingled in between. But we start with our bingo card for the week, which is pinned to the top of Pat Unleashed on Twitter. And when you get your bingo, be the first to call 888-900-3393. You get $30 worth of merchandise from the patgrayshop.com.
Boom.
Something like that.
It's that easy.
So we start up in the upper left-hand corner with good morning this morning. Keith saying,
my bad.
Some people did something.
Oh.
I think that was Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
Right? Talking about 9/11. Mm-hmm. Then there's...
are trained Marxists.
Mm-hmm. Jeffy makes up another word. Then Obama, let me see. It's Obama was sitting with the president of Russia at that time.
Right. This is my last place for you. Yeah. After my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah. And I transmit this information to Vladimir and
And Medvedev says, I will transmit this to Vladimir.
Sounds like Russian collusion to me.
Yeah, it is. It was. Mm-hmm. Nobody cared, of course. No. Death Cult. Arnold Schwarzenegger saying...
Screw your freedom.
That. Mm-hmm. I'm pissed I didn't think of it first. Two-Spirit. Jeffy using his hand as a map. All right. Then we got Biden saying...
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Lee Greenwood.
Wealthy kids. Black kids.
Kids who climb on rocks.
No,
Tough
really
kids. Sissy kids. Even kids with chicken pox are just as smart as white kids. So, in fact, some of the white kids have chicken pox as well, which you may not hear anywhere else.
White privilege stopped that.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, wow.
It didn't. Lee Greenwood, is he still singing in Hampton, West Virginia?
It's July 5th.
Yeah.
Did he start?
Yeah, he's still going.
Friday night?
Now, that's not from yesterday. That's from
this is from
20 years ago.
Still? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Dedicated man. He likes to...
He just keeps playing, and people show up every 4th of July to celebrate. He's like, yep.
Yeah.
Gonna go see Lee Greenwood.
Here's another one. Then we have Come On, Man.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Keith saying...
This is insanity.
Then, on a very special episode. What's Not to Love? Calm down. Back off.
I'm going to need you to calm down and back off.
She's going to need us to. So, well, if you need me to, then obviously I will. Right? So you're saying there's a chance. Mm-hmm. This from Joe.
I give you my word as a Biden.
Which is solid as a rock, as we all know. It's like carved in granite. Keith mentions...
No, the movie Idiocracy. Oh, we're living it. We're living it.
This particular sappy music.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I know. We need to bring this back a little bit more. You got me. It's something where we didn't expect it. Nah, you got me. Jeffy, would ya? Do ya? Is it?
Does he have to say all three? Or just one of those?
All three are there, so I'd say yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I miss him like a dad. And that rounds out our fun for the week. So be listening for those. Plus we also have some helpful, because some of these are hard to get into in a natural way, and sometimes we'll just unnaturally do them anyway.
Okay.
But sometimes now, we'll also give you a freebie spin.
Oh, you want to do that? All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Spin the wheel on some of these tough ones, like We're Trained Marxists, because we're kind of beyond the BLM thing for now. Two-Spirit.
Okay.
Poor kids are just as smart. Number 4 would be On a Very Special Episode. And then, so you're saying there's a chance.
So we're going to spin the wheel, right? And see which one it lands on and get a freebie. Okay, here we go. Hang on. That's a loud wheel. I love it.
But it works so well.
It is
Nobody's
beautiful.
wheel works as well as our wheel.
It's a pride wheel, Pat.
It kind of is, isn't it?
All right. So
and we're at number 1. We are...
All right.
Trained Marxist.
Okay, so that's what we're going to highlight here is your free square for the week.
There you got it.
Are trained Marxists.
Top row.
All right.
Upper
One.
Right.
Just that easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ticked off already. Isn't that great?
Ticked off.
So I hope you had a great Independence Day yesterday. What'd you do?
Hung out with the family.
Yeah. It's kind of what I did.
And then I came in here and
Big barbecue.
I guess I broke my microphone now.
Oh, okay. Good. Corby, what'd you do for the day? You have family in town?
Greenwood in concert.
You saw who?
Lee Greenwood.
Oh, Lee Green. Is he still? Is that still going on? Oh wow! Look at that.
That's great.
See? Good job, man.
He's still playing.
Wow. What time did you get in from West Virginia, Corby?
I just arrived.
Wow.
Okay.
Dedicated.
Wow. No kidding.
You didn't make any fireworks in your kitchen this year?
Not this year, no.
I understand that's a thing for you, that you do homemade fireworks. That's really safe, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I bet that's it's a totally safe activity.
Very safe.
Right? Because it just involves what? Gunpowder and matches, that kind of thing.
Let's put it
like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Chris Corby, he tells the story on At the Mic, an episode coming up next month on my podcast where I interviewed him. And he will tell the story of his history with fireworks being produced in his kitchen.
Oh, good.
It's a tale.
I'm looking forward to that.
But man, it was
Sounds
hot
interesting.
here. It sure was hot.
Oh, it's hot every day.
Miserable.
I hate summer here.
I do too.
I hate it.
With a
I cannot wait, not just for football, but for the weather to finally turn a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't happen until like December, but still. Just some relief from it, from the hundreds.
Yep.
I think it was the summer right before we got here. There were something like 75, 73. It was 70 plus days of 100 plus. And I think we're headed in that direction now. It's only July 5th, and we've had over 100 almost every day. And then one day we had like 91, and it felt like it was 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice day. Because it wasn't humid, and it was about 90, 91, and that was nice.
And just so you know, yes, 2011. 70
That's what I thought, yeah. How many days?
days. 70.
70?
And this story is dated September 13th. Hell, we could add more after that.
Yeah.
But no, it was 70. You're right, yeah. 2011.
Wow. Jeez.
Good grief. 40 in a row during that stretch.
Yeah. I knew there was a lot in a row. 40. Shh. Now, you would think, because of global warming, that would happen every year after that, too. But it hasn't. So, calm down, warmists. Yesterday, another horrible tragedy. I mean, what do you even say about this stuff now? 4th of July parade where families gather together to celebrate America's independence, have a good time, watch some floats go by and horses and just have fun with the family. Interrupted by somebody on a roof shooting at people, killing, is it 6 or 7 now that are confirmed dead? Just too many. It's just too many. And it took place in Highland Park, Illinois. I don't believe that they understand the motive of this guy yet, but they finally did catch him. They hadn't caught him immediately. I mean, they didn't shoot him. He didn't shoot himself. He tried to get away. They caught him, and he had done some weird posts online, and I don't want to give him any publicity, so we're not going to play it. But you can certainly find it online if you're interested. It's just rambling weirdness, where he kind of hints that he's going to do something heinous, and he did.
Back in October, he foreshadowed. And there's 6 dead, 30 wounded. Is your tally?
Man, that's so awful, so sad.
Yeah, here's a video from the parade. There's been so many people were recording, just having a good time on July 4th, and you can hear the shooting nearby. You don't see anything in this particular video. You just see people then start running for their lives. And
wow,
the sounds of horror.
Oh my gosh.
It's just.
And the thing was, people were thinking it was fireworks.
Yeah, they don't know
They thought it was part of the parade. So they probably didn't take cover as soon as they should have in some cases. And keep in mind, this is what, suburban Chicago? Mm-hmm. This is where they have the strictest gun laws in the nation. And it still happened. In addition to that, leading up to the 4th of July parade, 7 were killed and 9 were killed, and 57 were wounded in shootings. Just normal, the normal weekend in Chicago.
Right.
With the toughest gun laws in the nation. So over and over and over and over again, these things are happening. And the gun laws aren't doing anything for it. They're not helping at all.
Yeah, and this is a case of, law enforcement was familiar with him. I mean, they knew.
Yeah.
He had all these disturbing posts.
Jeez. The uncle of the suspect in the shooting in Highland Park expressed shock at the news of the attack, as they always do. The suspect's uncle said that he was heartbroken. Can't believe it right now. Praying for all the families and for everybody that got injured and hurt. There was no indication at all, he says. There was no indication that I've seen at all that would lead up to this. Well, that's not exactly true, Uncle, because he did have the bizarre rantings and ravings that so many lunatics do online. I was just reading something where one of the things that they want to do, the gun control advocates want to do, is before you were able to purchase a gun, check 3 years worth of your social media.
But that's not dangerous at all, is it? Right?
No. And who's going to do that? And how long is that going to take? So I think they could hold you up for days, weeks, months, maybe. Checking 3 years of your social media posts.
Yeah, that's New York State that is proposing that. And I can guarantee you that the criteria in New York State would be more political-leaning determination than any threats like this guy.
Yeah. This whole thing is dangerous. These red flag laws, dangerous. And when you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. So if we start caving in on some of this stuff, and we've already done that with that bipartisan bill in the Senate. So the more we cave in, the more they're gonna go for the absolute ultimate goal of theirs, which is taking guns out of the hands of Americans. So I guess he was a prolific poster online. He went by the name Awake the Rapper. Wow. Okay. So he's a rapper. I guess his music is available online. They said he is, as Keith mentioned, known to law enforcement.
Aren't they always, though?
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much lately they have been.
So I don't know what system you're going to put in place is going to change anything. They're always known to law enforcement. I wouldn't be surprised if...
So what do? What does law enforcement do when the guy's acting suspicious? Are you supposed to arrest him ahead of time for future crimes? And we'll do minority report? I don't know. I mean, I know we can't do that.
Yeah.
But would Democrats advocate for that? Yeah, I think so.
Apparently his grandfather ran for mayor against the current mayor. I did see that for what that nugget's worth. But
his grandfather ran for mayor.
I think it was his grandfather, right? His grandfather ran for mayor? I forget.
I don't know.
Anyway, a family member ran for mayor. Again, I don't know that has any kind of bearing on this. Just one of the facts that came out there.
Yeah, it may or may not. Who knows? But we'll have... I mean, the information is kind of sketchy right now. It just happened yesterday. It usually takes some time for these facts to shake out. And sometimes you never hear the truth, like the Las Vegas shooting, for instance. Still waiting on what the deal was with that.
Waiting? Oh,
yeah.
God. Okay, you wait.
Hopefully you haven't held your breath because you'd be dead. So apparently you do have to breathe. Was that 3 years, 4 years ago? When was that? That
was October.
5 years ago?
2017, I do believe.
So 5 years ago. Sheesh.
Yeah, we're never going to hear the full story.
No, we're not
going
to get it. No. All right, let me tell you about Super Beets. I love this product. These are so good. I really love the gels, the little gummies.
I know you do.
Oh, my gosh.
They're shoveling them down every day.
I could eat a whole bag of these things in one sitting. You're supposed to take a couple a day. May have exceeded that number a few times. They are delicious, and they're good for you. You know, they're like eating beets, but they don't taste like beets. I mean, you know me. You know I don't like beets. Like
what?
Any vegetables.
That's breaking news. Pat Gray doesn't like just eating raw vegetables?
No. I know, surprising. But these are so delicious, and they are so good for you. No more afternoon coffees, energy drinks, or candy for a quick pick-me-up. Because Super Beets Heart Chews unique, clinically researched grapeseed extract promote heart-healthy energy and normal blood pressure as a part of a healthy lifestyle. These, and you're going to love them. I mean, they taste great. I love these things. And I really think you will too. To get started, to make it easy to get you started, got you up to 45% off, plus free shipping at superbeets.com/unleashed. This is the best deal going. 45% off and free shipping. So hurry, this is their best offer available anywhere. That's superbeets.com/unleashed to get up to 45% off. superbeets.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray.
Since I had to talk about such awful tragedy again, maybe we can rinse out our brains with a good video from a New York Yankees game. This is kind of fun from late last week, heading into the 4th of July holiday. Here's a little girl trying to flip you know that game where you flip the bottle?
I love that.
Try to get it to land upright. Do that all the time.
Oh. Come on now.
Oh, golly. Almost.
The crowd.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. The crowd like she won the World Series. That is so great. I love that stuff, man.
That's fun.
It's nice to see videos like that of Americans with a common goal, even if it seems as trivial as a little girl with a water bottle.
Yeah.
That was great.
Just to see us having a good time together and nobody's at each other's throat.
Yeah.
It's not a fight in the stands. It's cheering in the stands for a little girl. Really cool.
You ever seen a fight in the stands?
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times.
Those are fun.
Also in New York, Joey Chestnut defended his hot dog eating title again. This is 15 out of the last 16 years. Wow. 15 out of 16. This guy is a Hall of Fame eater, obviously. The greatest speed eater probably in mankind's history.
Right.
I don't think you can even argue that.
How many minutes do you get on those hot dogs again?
Is it 10?
I don't know.
I think it's 10, and he choked down 67 or 63 or something in there.
I think, yeah.
So that's pretty darn good. Plus, he had to fight off a protester.
After he was there on crutches, right? Joey Chestnut has an injury or something, and so he's hobbling everywhere.
Yeah.
He's down in these hot dogs, and then some like Antifa type freak comes up.
Yeah.
Watch this.
And attacks him.
He tries
Look
to
at
get
that.
Oh, whoa.
And Chestnut puts him in a headlock and then throws him to the ground.
And goes back
and
to
starts eating again. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That hampered his eating a little bit.
Right.
If he wouldn't have won, I wonder if they would have made any concession for him. Because he got attacked. Of course, he won by, I think, 20 hot
was
dogs.
that right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so he ate 63.
And
But-
second place was 47, so
Okay.
it wasn't quite 20.
So last year, though, was when he set his record. 76.
Yeah, he didn't do as well, and I think it's because he was attacked.
Oh.
Because he sets a record every year, pretty much. So,
Kind of threw him off.
kind of threw him off. Yeah,
He took care of business, though.
he did.
Threw that guy down.
That was awesome.
Play that again, because if I remember, there's a guy in that 1920s era type flat hat, you see from like the Calvin Coolidge era.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone in one of those hats like get angry until here. Oh, come here, you.
That's amazing, though, because the guy could have had a knife, a gun.
How do you get up there?
Anything. How'd you get up there?
Is there nobody blocking the stairs on each side or
How
something?
did you get all the way to the contestants? Where's the security at the hot dog eating contest? Come on, Nathans.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Protect these guys. That could have been, seriously, that could have been really bad. Yeah. A heck of a lot worse than it turned out to be. And what kind of freaks we have. And that just goes to show you that, I mean, who knows this guy's political agenda? Well, he had one. It was obvious.
I tried to read the sign. I couldn't read it.
It was some environmental thing.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, it was an environmental thing.
Of course it is.
He's upset with how animals are treated at one of these plants. And, but beyond that, people are just psychotic. They're just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know how you deal with environmentalists. France showed us over the weekend how to deal properly with an environmentalist.
Oh, did
group.
they know?
Yeah, because some of protesters glued their hands to the road. Oh, no, you're stuck on the road. What
do we have video of that?
What should we do with that?
Oh, I like this.
Okay.
They just tore it off the... Good! I'm super glued. Oh, what a faker.
Oh, he's a soccer player, too, I hear.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, the woman took it fine. The guy is screaming bloody murder.
I told you, he plays soccer. That's how you deal with them.
And it didn't even look tough to, I mean, they weren't even that super glued to the...
And by the way, how committed was that guy? Because he had two hands down. He moves one of them to kind of shift his weight.
Yeah.
Really, you just put the one there, and then when the cop comes up, he's ready for his little drama session.
Like it ripped every piece of skin from the palm of his hand, which didn't happen.
No.
That's great.
This is insanity.
So they actually remove people from the road in France? Huh. I wonder if that could be applied anywhere else.
No, it just works in France.
Okay. All right.
I couldn't help anywhere else.
Huh. That's weird. Because you would think when people sit in the middle of the road here in this country, you should probably remove them from the road since they shouldn't be there anyway. It's illegal to sit there in the middle of the road. And it's frankly stupid to sit there in the middle of the road. And yet people do it all the time. So that's great. Also, I love this story. A woke Universal Music Group worker claims that he was fired for speaking up about abortion rights after he admitted he refused to work because he was in mourning over the Supreme Court's decision
Loser.
to overturn Roe v. Wade. Michael Lopez, a production coordinator at Universal Music Enterprises, blasted the company as anti-gay for terminating a queer brown person during Pride Month for speaking up in defense of abortion rights. It had nothing to do with your queer brownness. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the fact that you're not working when you're supposed to be.
He's like, I've got a couple of these cards I can play. Let's see if they will work
and
here.
he's just playing everything right now.
God.
Last Friday, like countless other folks, I was devastated by the news of the Supreme Court's attack on abortion rights. Were you? Really? Okay. Paired with the flood of anti-queer and anti-trans legislation, which there isn't any, it's been hard to process how companies expect us to be productive while our rights are being stripped away. Well, they just expect you to get over it, or at least ignore it for a while you're at work and do your job. This is what we were talking about last week with thinking 20 years ago that this generation wasn't going to do well once they got out of school. The participation trophy generation, who has been coddled and babied their whole lives. Look what's, they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they get to the corporate world. And instead, the corporate world has mostly acquiesced to them and provided them with crying closets and mourning periods and all of this nonsense. Well, Universal Music just stood up and said, no, No, you don't need a mourning period for the abortion ruling from the Supreme Court. Get back to work. And the guy didn't, so they fired him. Good. That's exactly what should be happening. You should be fired. Ugh. And he writes, just got fired for this email from Friday. So they're letting you know where they stand on employees speaking out on politicians that support marginalization for folks like me. No. They're letting you know what they think about people stopping working when they shouldn't. A brown queer person terminated during Pride Month.
Brown queer person.
Speaking in support of abortion rights seems like that's exactly what America is all about right now. Peace out. Michael Lopez. I don't speak for my former company. I speak for myself and employees that will suffer under these discriminatory laws. I thought you already said peace out, and he keeps going. Their actions today, their silence on Friday, are indicative of their motivations. Profit at all costs. Solidarity only if it's profitable. And above all, that is maintaining the status quo and saying F you to the working class, because that's what happened today. Hashtag Pride. Hashtag Pride Month. Hashtag LGBTQ. Hashtag music is universal. Hashtag abortion. Hashtag abortion rights.
What, bro? What? How many? You can't. No. There's
too many
gotta
hashtags.
You can't do more than a couple of hashtags at a time.
He did 6. He should have been fired just for that. That's a fireable offense.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you would know, because, you're Mr. Twitter.
Exactly.
And you set those rules.
Yeah.
Huh.
Vivendi, he also had this to say, Vivendi and Universal Music Group must stop donating to anti-abortion, anti-queer, and anti-trans politicians. Politicians like Marsha Blackburn, Ken Buck, Victoria Spartz, etc., or expect more unproductive days. Yours in fury, Michael Lopez. All right. You can't
more unproductive days.
You cannot tell a business what to do with their business and their employees, who to donate to, who to support. Who do you think you are? It's unbelievable. All of these people should be fired. Goodbye. Okay, I don't want to hear it from you anymore. If you want to be political activists, do it on your own time. You don't do that on company time.
So they let him go.
Finally, somebody had some giblets, and they got rid of him.
Hashtag put that in your pipe, bro.
Hashtag and smoke it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's right.
All right. Then the other thing, remember Spotify's decision to keep Joe Rogan.
Yep.
Despite the fact that people like, I guess Neil Young was the first, then there was Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and there were others who removed their music from Spotify. Guess what?
What happened?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash are back on Spotify. 5 months after yanking their music from the platform to protest Joe Rogan, because he actually said that, was it, I'm trying to remember what the last straw was. Was it that 5-year-olds shouldn't get vaccinated, or was it the hydroxychloroquine or the ivermectin thing? I don't know. It was one of those. But they didn't like what he had to say, and so they pulled their music. And now it's back. You don't think Spotify is an important platform for them, do you?
Oh, it was his racially insensitive language.
Oh, no.
Remember, like, he would say stuff on his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That, taken out of context,
yes,
of course, looks like the worst thing in the world. And that was what they stood on. Sure.
But they're back. And this time, they're pissed. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
If it's good enough for them, is it good enough for you?
Now back to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Now you look like an idiot. That's true.
Red-blooded American Giblets tweets, a coworker just told me that she didn't celebrate her freedom this weekend. She isn't happy with the government. It's going to be a good day.
Have fun.
Carl Smith, as law enforcement always seems to be aware of mass shooters before they go off, maybe they should take their own advice, and if they see something, say something.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh. Jimmy Dimples tweets that hot dog eating champ that fought off that assault puts a new meaning to Jeffy's "Let me eat."
There it is.
Let me eat. That. Froggy Feels 79. Has Joey Chestnut gone up against Jeffy in a speed eating contest?
Oh my gosh.
No, because Jeffy has said many times he's not a speed eater.
Oh.
He's a marathon eater.
Ah.
It's like a 100 meter champion going up against a 10,000 meter champion.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't really work.
Different sports altogether.
Yeah, completely different. Postmaster Jeffy tweets, why didn't anyone tell the guy from Universal Music that people without uteruses aren't allowed to have opinions about abortion?
Thank you.
Excellent point.
I want to clear something up. You were right, when you talked about the treatments for COVID and stuff is what made people like Neil Young upset. And so that's why they left Spotify to begin with. The racially insensitive remarks that Joe Rogan had made, those were the episodes that they pulled from Spotify, but that's all they've pulled. But yeah, it was COVID-based. I mean, that is
crazy.
That's weak.
It's nuts.
Pathetic.
Absolutely nuts. But so many things are.
Yeah, it is insanity.
Like the fact that many young people, like 1 in 3, don't know from whom we gained independence. As we just celebrated the 4th of July.
That's depressing every year, man.
In fact, with young adults, I believe it's 2 out of 3 don't know.
Unreal.
66%. Actually, I think the specific number was 64% don't know that we gained our independence from Zimbabwe. They don't know it.
They don't know that.
No. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
Yeah. I remember reading about the
Zimbabwe independence, the big battle that we had.
Well, it was that boat. It started it all, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they came over with Zimbabwe coffee, and then they dumped it into Charleston Harbor.
Yes.
I mean, that's what really set them off. And then they sent over their troops and occupied our cities, and then it was on.
So 1 in 3 Gen Zers. Okay, so Generation Z is the latest generation, right? It's the...
I don't know.
They're after millennials, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So they're even younger than millennials. And 1 in 3 of them believe that America received its independence from Native Americans.
Wait, what happened? No.
Which country did America gain its independence from? Great Britain, 57.6%. Okay, this is of all people. 57.6%. Native Americans, 10.7%. South America, 8.3%. Europe, 7.7%.
They're just guessing.
French Canada, 2%. Spain, 1.1%. None of the above, 12.6%. That is, come on. It is one of the most basic of American facts. How can you not know it?
I mean, we are living in idiocracy. I mean, that's where we're at now. And it sucks, but I don't know how you defend a nation that has no idea of its own history.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know how it survives.
You really kind of can't, right? It's almost impossible.
Can we just admit that it's effectively over? I mean,
I'm not quite ready to do that.
You're not quite ready to do that? Okay.
No, but
all right.
I'm getting close.
Seriously.
Close.
I mean, we got up to, 246 years?
Yeah.
You think we
Yesterday was 246 years to the day.
A sincere question that I ask every year. I think I forgot to post this poll yesterday. But how many more 4th of Julys do we have left to celebrate as a nation?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Because every year it feels like, oh my gosh, this is actually like a real question. It's like more and more serious.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh my goodness. Gen Z, by the way, 1997 to 2012.
Okay, so these are young people.
Yeah, so
really young. So like 10
years old
at the youngest to about 25-ish.
So I guess we haven't named this next generation yet. I think that is the stolen generation right there, because how much has been taken from them just through COVID policies alone.
A ton.
And our education system. And what they experience in the classroom with these sick and twisted teachers. Stolen generation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to name this one.
So another surprise witness, though, has come forward for the January 6th committee.
Really?
Yeah, look at this claim from Jussie Smallett.
Oh, Jussie Smollett's involved?
Yeah. He grabbed the steering wheel and said, "This is MAGA country."
Oh, my goodness. He was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess so. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
You got me. You got me on that one. Did not see it coming. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, we do finally have absolute confirmation of what happened. Apparently, it was even worse than what's-her-face Hutchinson said with the president.
Okay.
And obviously, the Secret Service agents are lying because we have video from inside the beast now.
What?
That shows Trump grabbing the steering wheel and just going nuts in the car. He just really wanted to go back to the Capitol building, and he wasn't going to take no for an answer. Here's what happened inside that vehicle.
Oh, my.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, there's a clavicle shot.
Yeah.
Clavicle.
Yep. Oh, there's the steering wheel. Took it and twisted it. One more time. Oh, look at him.
Wow.
He's going nuts.
4 guys. That is epic. Was that Joe Biden in the front seat? Was one
yes.
of them Joe Biden?
I don't know. Let's see that again.
Watch the guy in the front seat, not the driver, the passenger.
Right. Ooh, that had to hurt.
Oh no, it's some bald guy. Never
okay,
mind.
no, yeah.
I don't know why I saw Joe. I thought they superimposed
No,
Joe's face.
They're all Secret Service agents.
I see.
Yeah, so.
My goodness.
I mean, there you have the proof. It's right there in front of your face. I don't want to hear any more lies about it. He clearly did grab the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And that's unacceptable. I'm sorry. It is unacceptable. It's just incredible how they continue to make the claim, even though immediately the Secret Service agent said, no, that didn't happen. They ignore that and just keep claiming.
Well, after seeing that video from inside the vehicle, you could see why they say that. They're embarrassed
you
now.
Can. They are.
That a 70-something-year-old man
took them.
Destroyed 4 of them. I'd be embarrassed too.
It's just agonizing, though, that they don't care about reality at all. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about truth. It's just their agenda, and they're going to keep harping on it, and the media will keep supporting them through reporting it that way, and the lie lives on. It's about that simple.
Yeah, I saw a thing where they're expecting in the next few weeks, like by the end of July, that Trump will officially announce he's running in 2024.
Saw that too. Yeah, looks like he's going to announce sooner rather than later. Interesting. We'll see. Let me tell you about Upside. From cringing at the pump to getting eye-popping checks at your favorite restaurant, inflation is hitting us all right where it hurts, and it really does hurt. That's why I started using Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anybody who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. Isn't that pretty much all of us? Pretty much. It's really easy to get started. Just download the app, and then the app tells you where you can get cash back at many places for gas, for groceries, for restaurants, and you just pick the one that helps you the most. Like I just paid, I think it was 15 cents a gallon less.
Whoa!
Because of the app, and then you just frequent those places. To get started, you just download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use my promo code PAT, and you'll get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Then you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You check in at the business, pay as usual with the credit card or debit card, and then you get paid. Really great. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside. So it really helps in this age of inflation. You're going to love this. Download the free Upside app. Use the promo code PAT to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using the promo code PAT. So go download the app right now.
Pat Gray.
So the Supreme Court may actually tackle voter fraud. They are cleaning up some loose ends here in this country. They've been great, except, of course, for the immigration ruling. That's the only one that I thought, come on. So they kind of threw out the Remain in Mexico situation.
Mm-hmm. Basically, saying that an executive order can be overturned by an executive order.
Right.
Which all goes back to the root of the Republican Congress. When they had a Republican president who was willing to do something about the border, they punted. And that's why there's no wall. Yeah. That's why construction stopped when Biden got in. That's why the Remain in Mexico policy, all these things that Trump had to use an executive order is being switched back because they didn't do their job. Surprise.
It's happened too many times. It's so many times. But blue state judges and liberal bureaucrats caught flack for littering their states with drop boxes and accepting mail-in ballots, and we saw how that worked out. How well that worked out during the 2000 Mules movie. Showed us exactly what happened with all the drop boxes. Now, the Supreme Court is poised to stop them from doing it again in 2024. The justices announced Thursday they'll hear a case later this year involving the independent state legislature theory, which holds that state lawmakers alone control election procedures and redistricting. The news invigorated conservative groups who say bureaucratic tinkering with district lines and election laws is destroying public confidence, and that's exactly what's happening. Dark money-fueled left-wing lawyers have misused the courts to manipulate election laws and undermine common-sense voting safeguards for political gain. The Honest Election Project's Jason Sneed said. The Supreme Court now has the chance to uphold the Constitution and ensure that future elections have safeguards that make it easier to vote and harder to cheat. Need to get rid of the drop boxes. That hasn't been a thing until 2020 with the pandemic. The only reason we've got drop boxes all over the place in many of these states is so that people wouldn't have to wait in line with each other and be too close to one another during the pandemic. Well, without the pandemic being a pandemic anymore, really, the drop boxes need to go away. It's too easy to cheat, and that's exactly what they did last time. They stuffed the boxes. The justices stepped into a heated debate by taking the case. Late-breaking changes to election procedures helped fuel former President Donald Trump's narrative that Democrats stole the 2020 election. And all they do is call that the lie, the big lie. Every single time it's mentioned in an AP story or any mainstream publication, it's Donald Trump's false information that the election was rigged, or the election was fraudulent, or that there was widespread fraud. They call it a lie every single time. Was it? Again, watch 2000 Mules. The other thing is that during overtime last week, we played you a montage of Democrats claiming that the 2016 election was stolen.
Yeah, and it was actually, they've been doing this every election
since 2000.
And so the montage is over 12 minutes long. It's totally worth subscribing to Blaze TV.
I am really tempted to play it on the show again. Just in a few minutes because it's amazing to watch the Democrats over and over and over.
Yeah. They contest every
single one.
Election.
Every election they lose, it was stolen.
Yep.
It was fraudulent. It was illegitimate. The court took it from them.
And then when you actually have a case that Republicans make that is backed up by some really interesting information. Oh my gosh. Look at you undermining our democracy.
Right.
Oh, you're a threat to the Republic.
Conspiracy theorist.
That's all you guys do. Like, literally, that is the playbook for Democrats whenever they lose an election. And the Republicans use it one time, and it's all hell breaks loose.
Yes. And I'm really frustrated with it. So maybe we'll play at least a portion of that. Because we have another one. And some of them are the same, but there are some different ones in there that weren't played last time on the overtime. And maybe you didn't get a chance to see it on the overtime. So we will share that with you coming up, at least part of it coming up here in a minute. Over the weekend, Kamala Harris was speaking in Louisiana. This is kind of fun. Not sure who created the large sign behind her, but check this out.
Oh, no.
Vice President Kamala Harris, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Louisiana, that's how you say it, right?
Louisiana, yep. No, they spelled it just the way some people say it. Instead of Louisiana.
You like to buy a vowel. My goodness.
Again, just more stupidity.
Right. Who does this where they can't even... And does your spell check not go, whoa, wait a minute, hey.
I know, you got this huge sign behind him, and nobody says, there's another I in Louisiana there.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, you want to fix that, please?
That's like the Snickers commercial, right? Where the guy is spray painting in the end zone, and the players walk by, and they go, oh, that looks great. But who are the chefs? And it's supposed to say the Chiefs. Great googly moogly. That's probably what happened there. It's too late. He's already sitting
too late.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I already got the sign all painted and stuff, and it looks great.
Yeah, nobody will notice,
Nobody
right?
will notice.
Nobody will even notice.
Yeah. Somebody noticed.
Yeah.
All right, more coming up.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Hippie Patriot tweets, government who doesn't teach its young about its history doesn't survive long. We're seeing the fruits of our labors over the last couple of decades. I fear this is our last year that we really celebrate this as a nation. Yeah, I hope that's not true. Jeffy the Space Cowboy, Zimbabwe. I thought we got our independence from the Congo.
Oh.
Nope.
Common misconception.
Yeah, it is. All this time I've been misinformed. Well, that's why we're here. So now you should be able to, use that at parties. Mm-hmm. Tell people who don't think that you have a lot of intelligence and show them that you do.
Yep.
Say, well, we got our independence from Zimbabwe.
Don't be shy. Lean into that fact.
Lean into it. James tweets, no wonder the Secret Service is so adamant about saying it never happened. That is embarrassing for them. Yeah, if you don't know, here's what happened inside the vehicle with Donald Trump when he insisted on going back to the Capitol. And they wouldn't do it. So he... Ooh. Wow. Brutal.
My goodness.
And then, of course, there's a steering wheel grab right there.
Oh.
So that's what
it's
happened.
all there.
Yeah. But, yes, it is embarrassing for them. Got their anuses kicked by the President of the United States, a fairly aged president as well. Rowdy Introvert tweets, any hashtag Pathead out there, have a good number for a good martial arts instructor specializing in clavicle defense? Yeah. All right. Promised you that we would show you some of the things the Democrats were saying about the election. We'll do that in just a second. First of all, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. If you're trying to sell your home, it could be a real challenge. It looks like it's taking a turn for a buyer's market again because of interest rates and all these things. So you need a really good realtor who's going to get you through this process. Help you to get the most out of your home, the most for your money, or get the most money for the house that you're selling. Does the house need to be painted? These are the people to talk to. You have to repair the stairs in the backyard. Again, these are the people to talk to. Real Estate Agents I Trust. Plus, they're fans of the show. And so you're not going to have uncomfortable, really awkward conversations with them. You're going to have things in common. These agents will see you through the entire selling process from the day you interview until the moment you sign on the dotted line. And that goes for buying a home as well. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Just an example of what you can get on Pat Gray Overtime, because we can spend, a longer time with certain stories than we normally would on the regular show. But last week, we shared with you, 12 minutes of Democrats denying elections?
Yep. For the last 20 years. Yeah.
It's amazing. The fact that they act as if they've never challenged election results. How dare you say that an election was fraudulent or that this president is illegitimate? How dare you say he didn't get 81 million votes when nobody seems to like the guy? How dare you? Here's how they dared in each of these elections.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
Oh, huh.
How can you win with Russian interference, though?
That's the real
what I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you,
wow.
Fight against that in 2020?
You
How do
are
you?
absolutely right.
You're
He's
absolutely
an illegitimate
right.
president in my mind.
Would you be my vice president?
He's so funny.
I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put into office because the Russians interfered.
Trump knows he's an illegitimate.
Pause it for a second.
If anyone knows about being in cahoots with the Russians to try to overturn an election, it's Jimmy Carter.
What did the Russians do to fix this election? How did that happen? Explain that to me.
Mm-hmm.
How did the Russians get Donald Trump elected in 2016? Absolute madness. And there's more.
He's an
a lot more.
illegitimate president.
The president-elect, although legally elected, is not legitimate.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
You said you believe that Russia's interference altered the outcome of the election.
I do. We have a president who, if in fact it is proven, has been assisted by the Russians and may in fact not be a legitimate president.
The one thing that Trump is fearful of when it comes to his being president is that finally we will see how illegitimate his victory actually was.
I have an objection.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina. I object because people are horrified.
He's an illegitimate president.
Do you believe Trump is a legitimate president?
What I believe is that there's no question that the outcome of this election was affected by the Russian interference.
But there absolutely is a cloud of illegitimacy.
So that legitimacy is in question, yes.
So that was a very tainted election, and in that sense, it's illegitimate.
Why do you think the president is going to such great lengths to essentially prove that he beat you?
Because he knows he didn't. He knows he's an illegitimate president.
Stolen emails, stolen drone, stolen election. Welcome to the world of unprecedented Trump.
So do you believe President Trump is an illegitimate president?
Based on what I just said, which I can't retract.
The Russian attempt to have the election, and frankly, the FBI is weighing in on the election.
Are they?
I think makes his election illegitimate.
There was a widespread understanding that this election was not on the level. We still don't know what really happened, Isaac. I mean, there's just a lot that I think will be revealed, history will discover.
Right.
But you don't win by 3 million votes and have all this other shenanigan stuff going on and not come away with an idea like, whoa, something's not right here.
The outcome of the election was affected by their interference, and now we need to know, to what degree, if any, the Trump campaign was actually in collusion with with
and to no degree.
He knows he's an illegitimate
is what
president.
we have found.
So of course he's obsessed with me, and I believe that it's a guilty conscience.
We actually won the last presidential election, folks. They stole.
2000. Back to 2000.
If Al Gore won that election, I think he won it anyway.
Actually, I think I carried Florida.
Actually, I think I carried Florida.
A court
Actually.
took away a presidency.
Unbelievable.
In Florida, that Al Gore would be president today and George Bush would be back in office.
Not one time.
I come from Florida,
where you and others participated in what I call the United States coup d'etat.
There's no doubt in my mind that Al Gore was elected president.
I rise to object to the fraudulent 25 Florida electoral votes.
Whoa.
I must object because of the overwhelming evidence of official misconduct. Deliberate fraud and an attempt to suppress voter turnout.
It is signed by myself on behalf of my diverse constituents and the millions of Americans who have been disenfranchised by Florida's inaccurate vote count.
Sheila. Sheila Jackson Lee, such a diverse
Speaking to a Democratic group in Chicago Tuesday, he made it clear he thinks Al Gore was the winner.
By the time it was over, our candidate had won the popular vote, and the only way they could win the election was to stop the voting in Florida.
Catherine Harris, Jeb Bush, Jim Baker, and the Supreme Court hadn't tampered with the results.
Oh, you forgot the Russians.
Al Gore would be president.
The Supreme Court elected the president. 2004, yes. Al Gore won the state of Florida
Jim
in
Baker?
2000, although not the presidency.
But the Supreme Court tampered? That's a large charge. The Supreme Court stopped the counting of the votes, and if they'd let the count go on, Al Gore would have got the necessary votes.
The Supreme Court selected George W. Bush
Okay,
as the president.
you get the idea. It goes on and on and on from there. Every time they lose, they claim it was stolen from them. It was somehow illegitimate. Unbelievable. And yet, if you make that claim from 2020, if you say anything about it, even with all the evidence, watch 2,000 Mules from Dinesh D'Souza. You'll see the evidence. Even with all of that, it's like you're the craziest conspiracy theorist there is on this planet.
And that's how the left operates on everything.
That is exactly how they operate on everything.
I mean, what is the rules for radicals? You got to isolate us, right? You know, you got to.
They're really good at it.
It's been a while since I read it, obviously.
Really good at it.
Yeah, but isolate and ridicule and.
Yeah, well, there's 13 rules for radicals. We should go over those sometime. But it's fascinating because everything they accuse us of, they have done in the past. Because that's who they are and what they do. And so they think that we're automatically like them. And we're not. We're just not. Now, the illegitimate president of the United States was at the NATO meetings last week. And we're not sure what's going on here. But
I can't decide if he wants to clap or just it's just an odd look here.
For Ukraine and sustain that NATO's door remains open by inviting Finland and Sweden to join our alliance.
Just kidding, not really.
Puts down his drink.
Finland and Sweden to join our alliance.
I thought the card said clap here.
Who knows what he's doing? And then yesterday on the 4th of July, he gave such a moving 4th of July message.
Good.
And here was part of it.
And from the deepest depths of our worst crises, we've always risen to our higher heights. We've always come out better than we went in.
Right.
We've been tested before, just as we're being tested today. But we've never failed because we have never walked away from the core beliefs and promises that define this nation. Chief among those promises is the proposition that we are all created equal. We say that so often the time you're a kid in school. Sometimes we wonder sometimes if it's just rhetoric.
Well, the reason Democrats wonder about that is because not only do they believe, as we do, all men are created equal, they believe all men need to stay equal. That's not the case. We're created equal. Yes, we don't stay equal throughout our lives. We have different accomplishments, different inputs that affect us in our lives. And you're just nothing. You can't guarantee the equal outcome, which is what they're desperately trying to do, is guarantee the equal outcome because of all men being created equal.
But we're an idea. The only country based on an idea.
The only
one.
one.
Not geography, not religion, not ethnicity, but an idea. We're all created equal. The laws are instituted among people to protect the vulnerable, to check those with power, and to guarantee the pursuit of justice. And to realize these promises requires a principled patriotism.
Okay, what is
a patriotism that recognizes that no person, no party, no interest can take precedent over the American project.
That's interesting because it seems like his party and his agenda has taken precedent over the American project. I mean, we're in trouble right now with energy, with shortages, with spiraling out of control prices. And what has he done? He's put his agenda over what's going on with the American people and how we're struggling right now, which is why he doesn't care about shutting off the oil spigots. He doesn't care that the oil companies can't drill in Alaska or offshore, and that he has given no new leases to any oil companies. And then he continues to say he hasn't gotten in their way at all. And he has. He is behind all of the things that are making us suffer. Other than, I mean, Russia has some input into that too, obviously, with the war in Ukraine. But his input in this is definitely significant.
No, I mean, before you continue that, to your point, he had his advisor on CNN saying exactly what you just illustrated there. It's that it has nothing to do with the well-being of us or the nation. It's we have an agenda. Listen to this tell when they're saying the quiet parts out loud on CNN.
Sustainable. What do you say to those families who say, listen, we can't afford to pay $4.85 a gallon for months, if not years.
Incredible.
This is just not sustainable.
Well, what you heard from the president today was a clear articulation of the stakes. This is about the future of the liberal world order, and we have to stand firm.
Wait, what?
Wow. There you go.
This is about the future of the liberal world order.
And we have to stand firm. You're going to suffer. There's going to be pain, but we're going to do this. We're going to power ahead with the liberal world order.
Yeah, you're just going to have to suck it up, which is what they said last week. You're just going to have to pay high prices for gas as long as it takes.
Yeah.
As long as it takes for us to finally develop some alternative method to get us energy in this country.
These people are sick.
And twisted and psychotic and evil.
A project that has come up short in many ways, but which continues.
Yeah, to you.
Even in this hour. A project that says we're all in this together. And the ambitions of a few cannot be allowed to prevail over the aspirations of the many.
Huh? Isn't that
That's
interesting?
how
Isn't that an interesting statement? Wow. As he disproves it every single day with his actions. Wow. That's amazing.
The WEF and the Democrat Party, hand in hand.
Absolutely.
July the 4th, as big and a big-hearted place where we debate and disagree, yet where we're united by a love of country.
You don't love this country.
And as it's been before in our history, in times of war and division, of growth and change, the 4th of July comes at a critical moment. Our economy is growing, but not without pain.
Our economy is growing? Is it? Is it?
Bro.
I mean, I get the pain part. I don't get the growing part at all.
Liberty is under assault both here.
It's under salt. Our liberty is under salt and a little bit of pepper too.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's been salted and peppered
and abroad.
And abroad.
In recent days, there's been reason to think that this country is moving backward, that freedom is being reduced.
Yeah.
That rights
by you
we assume were protected
of course,
are
he's
no
talking
longer.
Abortion, obviously.
A reminder that we remain in an ongoing battle for the soul of America.
Wow. Jeez. It's tough to listen to. It really is. He gets worse every day. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Rough Greens. You know you love your dog. You know your dog's part of the family, and you want the best for him or her. And that's why there's Rough Greens, because when you're feeding your dog dry kibble dog food, it doesn't do much for them. Fills up their belly, but it doesn't give them a lot of vitamins and minerals or probiotics, antioxidants. That's what Rough Greens does. It's a dog food supplement you sprinkle on top of your dog's food, and it puts back into it everything that was burned out in the process of sterilizing your dog's food so that it lasts up to 3 years on the store shelves. Most dogs go crazy for this stuff. Absolutely love it. Mine certainly does. And I think yours probably will too. There's a really good chance your dog is going to love it. But Rough Greens wants to make sure your dog's going to love it. And so they're offering you a free bag, just a small bag for your dog to try out for a couple of days. You just have to pay the shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com, ruffgreens.com, or you can call 833-783-3364, or again, roughgreens.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Good morning. This morning, in the morning time, for the morning show in the morning. Traffic and weather together coming up every 9 minutes on the 4s all morning long this morning. How'd the 4th go for you? Hopefully you had a really enjoyable weekend. Thought about the founding of our nation, the blessings we have in this country, even though some people are driving us out of our minds right now. It's still the greatest nation that's ever been created on the face of the earth.
Oh, without question.
And I hope you got together with family. My wife made homemade ice cream yesterday. Oh my gosh.
No.
By far, the best I've ever had. I've never had premium ice cream that's better than this. It is the best. She makes pretty good stuff, you know? So no wonder you see what's before you.
Is it going to be Kexi ice cream?
That's what I said.
Up?
We should open up an ice cream shop.
It's too expensive.
I mean, the ingredients now that you need, you know, with the cream and the sugar and whatever else goes into it, super expensive. You know, just like the cookies, super expensive. When you use quality ingredients, it comes at an optimal price, believe me. But here's the thing. Speaking of our cookies at Kexi, we've got a 15% off sale right now at Kexi.com. So you go to and buy the coconut cream or the Texas sheet cake or the salted caramel, and you get some cookies. They're 15% off right now when you use the offer code PAT15. Okay? Offer code PAT15 at Kexi.com. Do it. And then maybe one day we'll open up an ice cream shop as well.
Yeah,
Who
but
knows?
I mean, we'll never get there unless you're buying lots of cookies.
Right, exactly.
So you got to help the cause.
That's
cause
correct.
out, you know?
That is correct. Trump, the clavicle crusher, tweets, "It's not hard to figure out what the left/Democrats are planning or doing behind closed doors. Without fail, whatever they're accusing their opposition of, they are in fact doing or planning to do."
Right.
Mhm.
Every time.
Cows with guns, tweets, "Now that's frightening."
Mhm.
Because how do they shoot them with their little hoofs?
Yeah, that's not.
The hoof would get in the way. I mean, you need a much bigger trigger area.
Yeah,
right?
you would obviously
So-
have to modify it.
Yeah.
And you would hope that there would be a gun store owner that
And
would.
I don't have
say
confidence
something.
in cows that they know when to shoot and when not to, you know,
But
frankly.
let's say you run a gun store. Cow comes in, wants you to modify the weapon. Right? See something, say something.
Yeah.
At least, call law enforcement and they can get
That's
that
what I
cow
would
on
do.
their radar.
Right.
And then they'll let him go. And then the next thing you know,
I
the
think-
cows.
Does a cow pass a background check? I don't think so. I don't think so.
And you talk about somebody who would be motivated to hurt others.
Cattle.
It'd be a cow.
Yeah, because we keep eating them.
Right. Ready to
So they're probably pissed.
stop the process.
Probably pissed. Let's keep guns out of the hands of cows.
I think it's a safe bet.
The left doesn't believe we're all created equal. They believe minorities are lesser. Therefore, they need to give those minorities advantages to make up for it. Yeah. From Laura, Biden thinks that all he has to do is yell his speeches and he suddenly becomes profound. Move over, General Patton, Winston Churchill. Here comes President Pudding Brain.
Yeah. Would you rather, though, Biden yell than whisper? Because I would.
Yes. It's a tough choice, but yeah.
That whisper stuff is
Yelling
creepy.
wins by a little bit. Because it's so awful when he whispers. Because he thinks he's being so powerful when he whispers. But he's not.
Ugh.
Also, over the weekend, I hope you didn't get caught up in canceled or delayed flights. The good news is only 17,000 flights were delayed.
Just the 17,000.
Just the 17,000. It wasn't 100,000. And what was it, like 5,000 that were canceled completely? Wow. Delta reportedly offered passengers $10,000 to get off overbooked flights. Sold. sold.
Yeah, they said check your app. We'll have that money in there. Right, there wasn't a voucher.
Oh my gosh!
They were like, yeah, just check it. It'll be in there. And multiple people have verified this. That is
$10,000. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right now, I'll do that.
In 17,000 flights, you said delayed or canceled. Out of 45,000.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray returns.
Yes. Welcome. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393 on a Tuesday. Feels like Monday, but it's not. Just really great, isn't it? Have one day out of the way already. Let's see. Over the weekend, Minions: The Rise of Gru. See that with the kids? Or, of course, your kids are getting too old for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. It brought in $125 million over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Things are starting to get back to normal. You know, from the pandemic, the theater, the box office starting to recover. Top Gun was number 2 again. Jeez, man, $571 million. Then you got Elvis, which checks in at $71.8 million. Not bad. Jurassic World, which I didn't like. Have you seen it? No.
I haven't seen.
I think Jeffy liked it.
I don't even know how many I've seen. 1, maybe 2. How many are there now? 6, 7, 9?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Oof.
There's a bunch.
Okay.
I think it's 83.
83.
Yeah, there's 83 Jurassic Parks.
I'm never going to
You're not
going
to see them all?
No.
Okay. You got no dedication then to the franchise. I'm a little pissed off about that.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
$335 million is what that's brought in so far. And then the Black Phone, which looks chilling, $49 million.
What's that? Look, what? What's the Black Phone?
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Then Buzz Lightyear at number 6. It's up to $106 million. I wish it was at $106 because that's what they deserve at Disney.
Yeah.
It's too bad people. You know, it's hard, though. It's hard to resist. It is. Really tough. Now, for some reason, George Takei was asked about the Supreme Court because everybody wants to know how George Takei weighs in on any given topic.
I mean,
right?
the ruling was a couple weeks ago, but I think we can finally put this discussion to bed because he's weighed in.
And let's see, since he's been in one thing his entire career, have you ever seen George Takei in anything else? Because I haven't. I haven't seen him in anything but Star Trek.
Wow.
Somebody will probably.
I'm with you.
Well, he was in. Okay, tell me. Let's hear it. Let's have it.
Honestly, I think I've logged more time reading his tweets or hearing stupid things like this clip we're about to play than I've personally seen him delivering lines in Star Trek.
Yes, probably. And here he is speaking out about Clarence Thomas.
He is a clown in blackface sitting on the Supreme Court. He gets me that angry. I'm sure. He doesn't belong there. He is a clown in blackface sitting on the Supreme Court.
He's a clown
he gets
in
me
blackface.
that angry.
Wow. You're calling
he doesn't belong there.
A black man a clown in blackface.
What a racist.
Absolutely racist.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
That's incredible. How does he get away with that? Well, because he's an extremist Democrat. He's a psychotic lunatic. That's how he gets away with it. Because the left loves that kind of stuff. That's despicable. It's just they should not be able to get away with this stuff. If that was anybody else saying that about a left-wing official of any kind,
right,
they would be canceled immediately. They wouldn't have a job. They'd never work again. They'd be thrown off Twitter. They'd be gone from society. Wow. Also, NASA calls a mystery rocket the crash on the moon. There was some, this was the thing I think that they thought was Chinese at first, or they thought it was Elon Musk at first. Then Musk says, no, that's not mine. That's not SpaceX.
March 4th, they discovered this.
And then they thought, okay, it's Chinese. And then the Chinese denied that. So nobody knows what this rocket was or where it came from, but they saw it. They've actually seen the crater and the crash site now. And that's why they're talking about it again. But the rocket of unknown national origin that crashed into the moon earlier this year produced a double crater on the surface. The agency's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which collects data on the moon, spotted 2 craters after the mystery rocket body collided with the moon on March 4th. Created an eastern crater about 19 and a half yards in diameter and a western crater about 17 and a half yards in diameter. What a bounce, or what happened?
Do we know that this is terrestrial in nature?
I don't know that we know.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
The plot thickens.
The agency said the double crater might indicate that the rocket had a large mass on each end of it.
Okay.
A rocket that has used up its fuel usually will just have its mass on the end with the motor, and on the other side an empty fuel tank.
Okay.
Rocket's origin is uncertain, but the double crater that it produced might reveal its identity. A rocket body hitting the moon has not created a double crater before.
Whoa. So what kind of craters did we get out of Roswell, New Mexico 75 years ago?
Single craters.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
It is.
See, if it was a double crater, then I'd be like, aha, prime suspect, aliens.
Now, the Houston Chronicle reported, so you know right off, don't believe it. Because the Houston Chronicle sucks.
Yeah.
No space exploring country has claimed the rocket as their own so far.
Oh.
Now, that seems reasonable, but I think it's a lie because, again, it came from the Houston Chronicle.
Okay.
So.
A space exploring country that we know of that is exploring space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in other words, we talked about Zimbabwe earlier. You know, they used to be a gigantic empire that controlled us until we broke away in 1776, as discussed earlier. Maybe they are secretly trying to get the empire back together, and they're now launching rockets into space.
I mean, it's possible.
Crashing them onto the moon. Anything's possible.
We've seen weirder things than that happen, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And just a heads up, there are people who walk among us who identify, we know this, as, men who identify as women, women who identify as men. Mm-hmm. Now we have this person identifying as a bird.
As a bird.
Hi, my name is Cameron, and I'm a member of our DID system. So Avery and I are both birds. I am a cardinal, and Avery is a blue jay.
Oh.
We like AM air pronouns in particular because they feel even further removed from gender than they, them, theirs. And being birds, while we do have our own gender expression, we don't inherently have a gender at all.
I see.
And not in the way that
Birds do,
we're
though.
just non-binary. It's that our species as an avian human hybrid does not inherently have any kind of gender at all.
I see.
So you use them just like singular pronouns, like he, him, or she, her.
All right, what do you mean?
Spelling and pronunciation wise, it's like they, them, theirs without the TH at the beginning.
Oh.
So the best way I think to practice is to write out a couple of short sentences using he, him, his, and himself.
Okay.
And then go back through and erase all of those pronouns and fill them in with AM, air, air self.
No, thank you.
They've already got their own music.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great. So they identify as birds, and they already have Nelly Furtado to back them.
Wow.
So that's great.
Was that Jenny from Forrest Gump? She prayed to God to make her
to
a
make
bird.
her a bird so she could fly away.
Far, far away, yeah. Maybe she grew up and became a bird after all.
Okay, are we ever going to say, no, Puddin', you're not a bird. Okay, you're not. I don't care how you identify, you're not a bird.
Are you denying her birddom?
Yes. She's not a bird.
She just said she's an avian-human hybrid.
Right, she's not.
Would that make her
She's not.
Oh, would that make her... Is that
Two-spirit? Is that a two-spirit person?
Oh, did we find one?
Avian bird hybrid equals two-spirit. I don't know.
I mean, that was...
I thought it was a man and a woman inside your body, but maybe you can have another species in there. I don't know.
If you pay extra. So, hold on a second.
Okay, this is so ridiculous.
Right, it is completely ridiculous. So she spent 2 minutes of this meandering garbage, and never once did she actually fly. Because I would have loved to seen that.
Yeah, if you're a bird, you'll only fly away. I thought, I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my heart is. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what I mean. by that, but I say it sometimes because I feel it.
You know the...
I don't have to understand it in order to say it. I'm a bird.
Help.
Oh, okay. And you're a cardinal, and your friend is the blue jay?
Yeah, the blue jay. Yep.
Let's see the very beginning of this again, because it's staggering. And we're supposed.
Hi, my name is Cameron, and I'm a member of our DID system.
What?
So
what?
Avery and I are both birds. I am a cardinal, and Avery is a blue jay.
Pause it. So Avery and I are birds.
Yeah.
I'm a cardinal, and Avery is a blue jay. No. But let me give you a ride to a mental institution.
No kidding.
Where I'm going to walk you in and make sure that the doctors there are well aware and they put you in a safe place.
Yeah. Where is Avery? I want to know for his own...
Who is Avery and where?
His own well-being. Because if he's hanging out with Cameron there... By the way, she's referring to... I had to Google there, the DID. That's dissociative identity disorder, which she definitely has.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously, yes. So let's please get her some help. So she really believes then, through mental illness, that she is a bird. It's not just some random, I identify as a bird.
That's interesting. So she's saying...
She's really actually sick.
Yeah, she's telling us
she's
that
mentally
she has
ill.
A, quote, mental health condition as noted by the Cleveland Clinic.
Okay, well, if you're a DID, that's a different deal.
Well, then...
Right?
She's making videos about it.
She's making videos about it. Yes, she is.
Okay.
But, okay, I mean, if you got a mental illness, let's help you with it and literally have somebody drive her to the mental institution.
I mean, but
so she can get the help she needs.
My takeaway is that after the show's over today, I want to listen to some Nelly Furtado. It's been too long.
Yeah. It's actually a good song. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I was in music radio when that came out. I loved it. I love that song.
Yeah, what was some other hits she had, right? Yeah. Because she had...
I think I went into talk radio right after I'm a Bird. I'm like a bird. And so I don't know the other songs that she did, but I'm sure they were fabulous.
Yeah, well...
Do we have any
that's on the playlist
that you know?
Later today. What was her singles? What was her singles? Gosh, one is escaping me right now. And it's making me sad. But I don't remember...
You don't remember? Are you seeing any Nelly Furtado songs?
Yeah, but...
And you don't recognize them?
No, like I don't know the titles, but I know she had some songs.
She did.
Like,
let's see, Nelly...
I'm like a bird, turn off the light.
Furtado.
You don't... Yeah, one
hits.
of these is...
Promiscuous.
Yeah, but I just don't know what... I'm sure I'd know if I heard them. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember Promiscuous.
Okay.
I think that got some airplay. But these others... I don't recognize.
There's other ones out there that I know.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know. Spotify will help me later.
Yeah.
You know how they list like the most popular ones?
All right.
That's always helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly Furtado.
And by the way, if you're going to Spotify for Crosby, Stills, and Nash,
tell me.
You'll find them today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're back. They're back on Spotify.
But I thought they stood on principle.
Right, they did. They did until everything calmed down, and they went right back onto Spotify. Because I think what they want to do more than anything else is make money, and so they're back. Yeah, they're back on Spotify. But we got a guy here at a wedding celebration.
Oh, these are just good fun videos, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
he's
drinking heavily.
Yes, he is. He's had a little bit too much to drink, and he's not paying attention to his surroundings. And
something happens.
Yeah,
it's right on his hand.
Oh no. Oh, okay. And he sets fire to the thing behind him there. Now watch, he turns around and he's just dancing, looking at it. Oh wait, I got this. Y'all chill. Y'all chill out. I'm a superhero. Knocks it down, steps it out, and moves on with his day. And then he gets back to dancing. I think his wife comes up and she says, "Calm down. You're cut off. No more drinking. You're done here." Man.
Wow.
What? Somebody pointed out that was a good move by the lady that. If that lady, play that again, Rob, just the beginning part. The lady pulls down the curtain. That could have set the entire facility on fire. Because watch her quick thinking, because that would have set the whole side of that building aflame. I mean, he's so out of it, man. He has had way too much. And this lady goes, whoosh.
And then look at, he doesn't seem to even get burned.
Well, no, he'll feel that after
Later.
he
Yeah,
gets
that's
sober.
true.
He'll be
Very
like,
true.
wait, why is my arm really hurt today? Yeah. Now, okay, so that was one video that involved fire that I thought would be fun for a little post July 4th. But check out this other one. Now, this would be me. There's a car fire. Guy grabs a fire extinguisher. Great awareness. And this is what would happen if I tried to put out the fire. Watch this. So he's getting it ready to go here. We're going to take care of this, boys. Get that car put out for you there. Let me just take this. Oh, no.
Whoops.
Oh, my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh, my gosh. Where did the fire extinguisher end up? On the moon. See, it created the crater.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
That would have killed them if it bounced back in their direction.
Yeah.
Carmen line,
right? So if you're listening, the fire extinguisher basically propelled itself into the stratosphere after he dropped it.
They will do that if you don't handle
There's
them
some
properly. There's some
power.
pressure built
Yeah,
up in those
right.
things. So, yeah. All right, let me tell you about Keeps. You want to keep your hair? Here's how you do it. So if you're starting to notice, if it's the first thing you notice when you look in the mirror, or a photo of yourself, and it's your receding hairline or a bald spot, well, Keeps can help you with that. Did you know that 2 out of 3 guys experience hair loss before they're 35? I was fortunate. It didn't happen that soon, but it certainly has taken root lately. And if you really want to gamble with your hair, you can just, flip the odds in your favor, and you could save your hair if you don't want to gamble with it. Try Keeps. Hair loss can be really tough, and you see it in your pictures. Your barber points it out. And now you're shopping for baseball caps. Present company accepted.
What?
Because Keith is actually has some hair under that baseball cap now
Thanks
because
to
of Keeps.
Because of Keeps, 100%.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, now I have to brush it and stuff.
Glenn's lead researcher, Jason Buttrell, also has hair thanks to Keeps on top of his head. So whether you want to, really do something about it or just do the buzz cut and ignore it still or shave it, don't do any of that stuff. Try Keeps. They have clinically proven, FDA-approved hair treatments available online. They have physicians that will answer your questions whenever you have them. 24/7, they're available. And they're going to ship your Keeps products straight to your door at about half the cost of a visit to the doctor and then the pharmacy. So if those balding jokes are starting to wear thin, join the thousands of guys who have saved their hair. Visit Keeps.com/Pat. Get 50% off your first order. KEEPS.com/Pat. Keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
From Rasmussen Reports, here are the top voter midterm issues and the top media midterm issues.
Okay, so they pulled voters like you and me, and then they pulled people in the media.
Exactly.
And let's see, I'm sure they lined up perfectly, right?
Yes, the media's priorities are our priorities. And at the top of our priorities, rising gas prices. Yeah, you can't pay $120 a gallon or a tank full. You can $120 a gallon. That would be catastrophic.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
So 92% are concerned, 68% very concerned, as you should be about the price being as high as it is, although it's come down a little bit lately. Inflation, 91% concerned, 69% very concerned. The economy, 89% and 69%. Violent crime, 88% of us are concerned. Election integrity, 83% are concerned. School issues, this should be higher on the list. I don't think we still quite get what's going on in our schools. 76% are concerned, 58% very. Abortion rights, 75% important, 54% very important. Election cheating, 75% concerned, 53% very. And illegal immigration. There's not a single climate change issue among the top 9.
Yeah. So the top 3 weren't issues under Donald Trump: rising gas prices, inflation, and the economy.
Right.
And then you go down to 5, 6, and 8: election integrity, school issues, and election cheating. Those are brought about because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And my gosh, I mean, this is all manufactured. This stuff. I mean, anyway.
It was manufactured by Biden.
Biden, the top 3, absolutely. And then the bottom 3 in a lab, manufactured. But it's just, I mean, it's a complete bizarro world from where we were in 2019 and where we are today.
Now, the U.S. mainstream media sees it this way.
Okay.
Number 1, climate change. Again, not a concern at all in the top 9 for American voters.
Right.
Not in the top 9. Climate change, 64% concerned, 39% very. The Ukraine war, which wasn't on the list either. 60% important, 20% very important. Number 3, again, not on the list. Capitol riot investigation. Are you kidding me? COVID-19, 57% still concerned, 22% very concerned. The rest of us have pretty much forgotten about it. Whatever. I get it or I don't. But I'm going to live my life. And then number 5, LGBTQ issues, 42% support, 23% strongly support. That's the media and how out of touch they are with Americans. That's amazing. That is really something, because not a single one of the top 5 for the media are in the top 9 for Americans. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. How does that happen over and over and over and over again, and they never get a clue? They just don't care. They're not concerned by what Americans are concerned with. 888-900-3393. The last thing I wanted to mention today was the big shakeup over the weekend in college football.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't see it. That is a big concern to me. I think that would be number 10 on my list. The next one in line is the shakeup in college football, because everything's about to change.
Oh, my, it is.
USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-10, or the Pac-12. Bye-bye. By 2024, they're going to be in the Big Ten.
That is... Okay.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Have fun playing... I can't wait
Ohio
to see.
State,
I cannot
Michigan,
wait to
Wisconsin,
yes.
Nebraska. You're taking them on instead of Oregon State, Stanford, and Washington State.
But I can't wait to see games of UCLA and USC on a regular basis playing in the snow.
That's true.
That's going to be hysterical. But yeah, so the Big Ten now stretches from Maryland and New Jersey all the way to California. And of course, they're not done. They're going to add other teams in between. It's going to be...
Oregon and Washington are waiting for the decision from Notre Dame as to whether or not they're going to join the Big Ten. If they join the Big Ten, Oregon and Washington hopefully will join the Big 12. And that will save the Big 12. What needs to happen now, I think, is for the Pac-12, what's left of them, and the Big 12 to merge. That needs to happen and become the third best. Because you got the SEC, Big Ten, got everybody locked up. All right, we will see you on the Glenn Beck program as I fill in for Glenn this week.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.